Okay, we'll be going live very soon, so I decided to make it a bit early to remind you guys to use your A tickets if you haven't done already, because if you want to make some bets, now's your last chance. Anyways, from the polls that I made like yesterday, I was just give me like an option like whether who's gonna win this like today's payoffs. I put Q and also Jayden on there, and most of you voted for Q as like predicted as a winner. So let's see how this game go because it only comes down to the playoffs. And as far as I'm seeing from the like between the polls and also the A tickets that were accumulated for both players, it seems pretty accurate. A lot of people want a Q to win, so let's see if he's gonna do well here. And I also have a guest that will be joining up soon when by the time when the playoff starts. Anyways, I think he'll be joining when the time is of appeal will begin. So he's not here at the moment, but soon he will. And my stream playback is off center. Well, I mean off center is like not at the latest time. We'll be expecting the playoffs to begin around 3 or 4 minutes. 4 minutes remaining based on my phone's time. Soon to be 3 minutes. Anyways, those guys who are asking like who exactly is Sdao? Well, he's a long time Langrisser playoffs player, and mostly he plays with a box of like AoV Rush, like Rush type of box. Anyways, I have him on my friends list. I wanted to show you the history of his playoffs really quick. He's in cross server, so I wonder if okay, there's Sdao, and he's also part of the playoffs in this season as well. Let's see. What Apex of Glory? That's the one that he has. So this is a history that he had for a long time. His first appearance was in the Bronze 3, back in season 3. Yeah, that was only at the beginning, and eventually he gets stronger, and then scoring mostly like top 16s. But for this season, he scored top 32, which is impressive. Okay, in 2 minutes we'll begin our playoffs. Like between Q versus Jayden. Oh, and notice the Sdao is now in the call. I hope everything is doing well.
How's it going?
Yep. Hello. Hey, Sdao. Honestly, this is actually the first time like trying to collab with you. Like I think in the past I did collab with Osma, but I think it's probably now is the right time to like try someone else to collab with.
Yeah, this is the first time with me. I'm just
Yeah.
loading up the game, so once they're ready to go, we'll be able to take a look at their boxes.
Yep. Anyways, earlier I did explain to the viewers that your history of in Apex.
Yeah, I've done all right.
Yep, don't worry. You did like a top 16 on the one of the seasons, I believe.
Yeah, I've gone to top 16 twice, lost both times.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's actually impressive numbers.
And I almost did it this season too. Lost to
Yeah.
Boeing in top 32.
Yeah. And anyways, the eyeball just showed up, so now it all comes down to this matchup. We'll find out who's gonna win in this season, and their name will be remembered through the Apex skin. Okay, looking at both their boxes, there are lots of crazy stuff in there. Like both sides have Ymir, and they have 3 tanks each. I'll say probably most likely a mirror type of box, but hold on,
Yeah,
is it?
both boxes look very
Yeah,
standard.
yeah, very
Wasn't
similar.
expecting anything too
Yeah,
surprising here. And yeah, they seem to be giving us exactly pretty well what we're expecting to see.
yeah. I kind of feeling they both are. I think this match is almost like a mirror match because look at both boxes; they both have the same units. Yeah, I've seen both of them have Handy, both have Tyrantel, both have
Yep.
Aurelia.
Yep, both boxes are identical.
Yeah, identical. I don't think we ever have any playoffs with like a mirror box of each other.
We've had a few this season.
A
Uh,
few?
there's not that much box diversity right now. A lot of these units are like, especially if you're unless you're playing like a more niche strategy, they're all like must
Yeah.
includes. So like your Chris, your Ymir, your Celica, your Tyrant, all AO, Machine, all these units are in pretty well every box.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the ones that are like high common bands, like this, like of course, Isobis is one of those like units that has like high band priority because a lot of people really couldn't handle the ice part,
Yeah.
like that will freeze
Yep, she's very strong.
yeah, very strong in this setting. And also my and also Bright Summoner, I think she is also very strong, but of course on the healing side.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Well, she does a
also
whole bunch of other stuff too, right?
yeah, like she has like two different ways of like how it plays out in Apex. Like as a whole unit, her range is like really long, like Lucretia's range. But while on the mage path, she does apply those like special terrain that will shock the enemy. Either they stay on it or they get hit by a unicorn.
From what I know, both run the holy build, but we'll see if there's a chance they changed it up, but unlikely.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's pretty widely accepted that holy is the stronger variant if you're running this type of box.
Yeah, and also speaking of Bright Summoner, my own Bright Summoner is gonna be 5 stars on the next login. So I might able to use her, but not at the full extent. Which is also a good timing for the next season, whenever that comes. And the match is gonna start in about 40 seconds. Oh yeah, earlier before the stream starts, I noticed that Moondoggy says like, all I know is this, like it's basically showing a picture of a mayo jar.
Nice.
Yeah, you saw that in main court, right?
I actually haven't looked through main cord at all today.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll have to
mean
check
there
it out
really
there.
isn't much messages, so you'll be able to see it easily.
Yeah.
Okay, the match is starting. Okay, so Q is P1 while Jayden is P2, and then right away Q's Bright Summer got first banned. Interesting.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Nothing too crazy here so far.
I remember that one of the last games. I think like there's like Ymir that's like a that's really strong. Not even Andy can one shot him. And then Bright Summer got first ban for Jayden as well. So both sides are doing a similar bans. And Isobis gets first picked here.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard line, especially as P1. You'll take out something that can dispel the the freezing mechanics of ice and then pick
Yeah.
her.
Which is a smart strategy. Yeah, and now Jayden had to pick carefully who to ban next because the box that he's fighting with is pretty much identical to his own. And he chose not Isobis, Lemia and AO ban. And then Celica as the first pick.
Yeah, as P2, you're kind of forced to take a more defensive approach because
Because the
their ice
P1
melta
will
will
go
hit you
first,
before
of
theirs.
course. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
funny enough,
ice
yeah,
melta is very
whoops.
good into these comps because without Rosen there as a healing option,
Yeah.
it's
There's
very
nothing to
difficult to
stop the
immunize your
thing.
whole team from the
Yeah.
freeze.
Yeah, the freeze
So
is like is inevitable. But if there's Rose in the box, then that could be different. And also, speaking of Ice Abyss, the map that they're going to be fighting on is the Ice Winter map. Kind of fitting for Ice Melta. And then Q secures Celica. Okay, Ymir and Christian banned. So Q will probably have to secure a tank next pick. Okay, and so far with the pick and bans, they both are identical, but with different placement order.
you don't have to pick a tank here
Yeah,
because you have Ice Melda and the Celica. You can see if he's willing to like spend the next two bans banning tanks, and you can just load up on DPS. Usually it's a bit safer just to pick Tyrant and know you're okay, but like there
yeah.
is that option there if you see an opening.
Okay, and then Tyrant Intel and AO banned for Jayden. And let's see, is Q gonna pick up Tyrant Intel here, or is he just gonna grab someone else? He ended up choosing Ishin.
Yeah. So yeah, Ishin's a prime example of that because now if you ban the two tanks, he gets another DPS,
Yeah,
and there's a very powerful rush coming in.
yeah. So yeah, Andy is another big threat as far as I know. And also I believe like the last game I did say earlier that Ymir literally can tank the Andy's like
You
3C. I saw
you
the
probably
game.
have to ban Aurelia here
Yeah.
if you're Jayden because of the Ishin pick. Because once the Ishin gets a breeze act again with a crown buff on that Aurelia, it's threatening to one shot your team.
Yeah, Varelia, as far as I heard, she's pretty menacing. But of course, in the AoE compartment. And I think Zilong did try to balance the Varelia's the thing where the second AoE will be dealing half the damage than the first one. Okay, and Christian is secured by Jayden.
You'll notice he opts not to ban the tanks because the DPS are too threatening.
Yeah, like banning tanks will probably leave the enemy wide open to choose a very dangerous DPS. And then tanking or no tanking won't matter. Okay, it's Solde, and I think that was Varelia that got banned as the other one.
Yeah, it was. You probably just take tank now. Seems a reasonable time to do it.
Yep. Since there are still two options for Q to choose from, and he chose Andy instead. Yeah, so I think Jayden will probably just ban the DPS.
It's an interesting choice. I'm not sure if that's the best way to approach it.
And as expected, he just banned the remaining 2 DPS and secured Lemia. Oh yeah, the next major update is actually going to be very soon, in about a few days. Like a few more days from now. Okay, Andy and Denka were banned, Lightbringer deployed, and then Got deployed. Anyways, do you prefer Got as Got itself or Apo? Like some people call it.
Either or. I'm not too picky.
Yeah, I go for Got because it's easy to identify. Or actually, wait, Cecil did call him Got him.
Whose team do you like better after pick ban's over?
Yeah, based on what I'm seeing here, they both are pretty strong in their own ways.
Yep, fair enough.
Yeah, like they both have Ice Abyss, and they
yeah. I do think that Q has a slight edge in this pick ban. Going first and having the Yashin while the opponent has no act again options gives you a lot of control over turn priority.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have, I would say, the better tank as well in this scenario. So it looks like it's a bit more favorable towards a Q's team here.
Yeah,
but something to note is that Lightbringer a lot of the time now brings Night Bloom, and you can use that to dispel the ice from Ice Melda because she's the biggest threat on both sides.
Oh yeah, have you gotten the dailies lately? Like I got myself a new accessory in this batch.
Nice stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything too crazy for my dailies lately. I think I got a Star Crown. That's about it.
Okay, and welcome to the stream, Nolan. And yep, I'm glad that the stream looks okay because I did make some adjustments yesterday to make it look far better than yesterday. Because for some reason my stream settings is like to the point where it showed the stream like pixelated, which is not good. Not sure why it's been doing that in the stream settings, but it looks like it's fine now. Okay, game 1 starts. Q is going first. And looking at their stats, and this librarian carries mass resist and strengthen as the other two.
You'll notice some key differences in the gear selections here. If you look at the Ice Meldas, you'll see Q's has significantly higher int, while Jayden's has no green int whatsoever. That tells me that Jayden's build is most likely a debuff build using the new staff and spirit boots. So the idea being that you can debuff on the chain when you pull in, and then when you Ice Meld the AoE, you get an additional debuff on top of your icicles, meaning that you can break through butterflies when you stun.
Yep. And then that Andy got breezed, and double threat incoming. And this Andy is the equivalent butterfly. Interesting choice. Like I don't think I put my Andy with butterfly. I think I put mine with OB or I think OB is much preferred for me.
Yeah, OB does more damage, but the key thing with butterfly is that when you think of units like Z2 that would try to disable your revive, or Lost Them or Indasheen with their stuns.
Yeah, or maybe AO with the chains.
Protects you.
Yeah.
Even stops AO curse, but now you get a debuff on top of that now, so it's not as effective against the AO.
And Celica's already did their thing by putting revives on their character.
Yeah, it seems pretty clear to me that Jayden wants their Godham to carry this game. Because Celica Godham is a pretty strong combo. You get 2 revives, and
Yep.
one of them will come back every 3 turns for his 3C. So it's pretty powerful. But the issue is getting the Apo into the battlefield here, which will be
Yeah.
very tricky, as you'll see, especially when there's an Andy and a Sheen that could do shenanigans together to ignore guard, take lives, run away.
Yeah, and also how the like Apo's revive works is that when Apo got the Celica's revive, the Celica's revive will be prioritized first before his own. Because I did see the last game that the Celica's revive is first before it exhausts the primary. Which I think it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's
Yeah,
part of me wishes that it wasn't, but
yeah. And this Ice Abyss is equipped with her own unique skills. The grapple, or I should say, maybe I think it's just grapple. I think like they call it glacial shackles, but I think this is treated as like both ways. She can use it to pull herself
yeah,
or pull the enemy
I
towards
I
her.
will yeah, I will note here as well. This Nemi is not running her exclusive, so that means he didn't run aim here for the extra range and the act again. He's just running wave ride into attack skills. It's interesting. It's generally not the most common way to run Nemia now with her EE out. Her E is generally an upgrade to her stuff because it gives you the wave ride skill in the armor. As long as it's a little harder to proc, but you still have it, so then that way you can run aim and still wave ride boost. But yeah, it's just a bit awkward.
Yeah, anyways, I've heard her exclusive does actually remove the part where when she's down on her own tiles, it doesn't erase it. And this Christian is equipped with a butterfly. And it's a calf Christian.
Yep, that makes sense because um, infantry Christian just dies to Andy, so
Yeah.
you don't want that.
Yeah, I am thinking about considering changing her class to cavalry because I'm still running her as infantry for some reason. Like I
You
think
could
there's some
probably keep
benefits with
her as
infantry. Yeah.
infantry. Yeah, you can probably keep her as infantry as
Yeah,
Andy starts to fade away.
for bulk damage, and not damage for bulk like defense. Like I think the infantry class has more HP and defense on their than the cavalry.
I do, however, like this push from Jayden to be a bit more aggressive here. He'll probably TP a unit or two forward with his Ice Meld this first AoE as well. Just taking advantage of the fact that Q gave up turn priority to set up a strong AoE combo here and establish position in the middle of the map. You'll see that he might try to do an Ice Meld to play at the start next turn.
Okay, so when P1 acts again, that means the turn priority shifted. Usually.
Exactly, yes, because now Q has to spend an extra action moving his Selka, which means he's doing the last action in turn 1. So as a result, Jayden will get to move first turn 2. And since that action's on Celica, it means that like it's not a DPS moving that can kill or punish a overly aggressive move. So it allows Jayden the opportunity to come into the map here and make a play.
Okay, and so far Andy has not put oath on anyone yet. And also both sides have their Selkas in their Echo Light. So that's basically telling me that they spent a lot of money in this game.
It is a good skin.
Yeah.
Probably one of the better EOLs they've released.
Anyways, I wonder how excited are you when the new Time Rift launches, because it will be in a few days.
I personally play just the game mostly just for the PvP side.
Yeah.
I'm not even caught up on Time Rift, so
Yeah, Time Rift,
this
I'm
will
almost
probably,
done. I'm literally almost done with the Time Rift.
unless
Like,
I'm like desperate
yeah,
for summons, then I'll venture in. But
yeah,
otherwise, I'm just focused on the PvP side.
yeah. In the past few days, I did try to grind in the Time Rifts to make sure I'm all caught up before going to the new one. And also that also gives me the
You'll
resources I need for the upcoming banners.
you'll notice here that the Andy's probably gonna walk up behind Tank Guard, along with Ice Melda coming in, probably using her first AoE on nobody to get the second skill up.
Yeah. And I smell the place tiles there. I think the 3C the icicle tiles are placed randomly every time when she uses it.
Yeah, this part of the skill is purely random, but the second skill that shoots them out in a 3 block
Like it's
range,
guaranteed on
then
the edge.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, like a play, she can kind of like use the Chrissy to pull in and create a little ice AoE as a result.
Yeah. I remember one time when I was playing in like a ladder with like Ice Abyss, I actually did this trick that I would normally what I normally wouldn't do. Like I basically move Ice Abyss in the fog and then use her 3C to fly out to hit the all enemies. Okay, and the only unit left for Jayden is Godham. And looking at both sides, I don't. Oh, actually, wait. Andy does have a guard ignore, so he had to be cautious about where to place the unit.
Yeah, the bot is still alive, so it's a conditional one, but it is something still to keep in mind.
Yeah, and as both sides have like one way of like guard ignore. And for Jayden is Lemia, and maybe Ice Abyss if they are not freeze immune.
It, it's very hard to for it'll be very hard for Jane to ignore guard, very unlikely.
Yeah,
But for Q, it's very possible.
very possible
It looks
because
like
of
Jane needs to
Andy.
get through the tank.
Yeah, Andy's 3C does guard ignore. Under a certain condition, of course. Like the easiest one is of course when he's angry.
There's a world here where you can freeze this APO as Q because you have the yank. So you could yank this APO and then
And she just whipped
instead
the
of opting to play it safe and just AoE out
yeah.
reasonable.
And now
There's
Jayden
like no
gets to
reason
go
to take those
first.
kind of risks at this stage, but just trying to point out the opportunities when I see them too.
Yeah. Anyways, turn two starts and Jayden gets to go first because of the turn priority shift. And I believe the Isabis second AoE, like second 3C, is like an anti-act again, or around the three tiles, I think.
It is. It's pretty
Yeah,
powerful.
very powerful, and some people did fall for it. Okay, Christian activates the pedal and reduces her I think this is the stack that is actually pretty bad for her.
Yeah, given the Christian move, I thought Jayden would be playing a bit more aggressively. I guess the threat of the Ice Melda chain is just too scary to bring the other units in towards the tank.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of stuck in the back now, unprotected, kind of just sitting there, which does seem a bit strange right now
Yeah.
on a positioning standpoint.
And I
Because
think
now
the
with Q gets the range advantage, all these units are so vulnerable, and he can't move them all down in time.
and I believe there's like some headwears that can counter the chain, which of course electric headwear is one of them.
Yeah, that's true, but like when you're spread so far apart, you can't use that, right?
Yeah.
Because you need to be adjacent to the person you're putting it on. When your tank's on the other side of the map and you only have one person that could wear it, being the Celica, it's not happening.
Yeah. Too far.
Too far, exactly. So all these units become super vulnerable really quick.
And then Isabis took the AoE to the face. And then stayed behind the tank. Smart choice there. And that Isabis will does actually suffer a lot of damage with like different part, like for example, class advantage.
Yeah.
And
Isabis
also
can probably just chill for a little bit. You'll just probably buy a turn or two and then slowly just start picking off these units once you're safe enough to do so while in tank guard.
yeah,
Q has no reason to rush here because he's holding all the positioning power right now.
Yeah, and also now Isabis is basically considered being water from a debuff. Unless that gets cleared, yep, which is cleared.
Yeah, that was never a real concern. She's flying. It won't inhibit her movement at all. And
Yeah.
one easy heal and it's gone.
Yeah, the Lemmy has a thing where, like with the guard ignores that as long as they have like a either in water or getting like a water treating whatever it is, like the debuff, it's gonna ignore guard and hit the target directly. And I think the next season the meta is gonna be shifted a bit more with the new inclusion of the Langrisser Millennium character,
Yeah.
like
Both
Tiana.
units
Yeah,
look busted, so we'll see how this one plays out.
yeah, especially Tiana. Like she is something that we did not see before. Like
Enya's really good too. Like everyone, like both of these are like first ban units.
yeah,
It's
and
just
what
gonna
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, to make things crazier, I believe Raven did actually allow Shion to be usable, but I don't think they'll allow Tiana because like she's pretty much the new version of Andy, but different role.
Yeah, never Tiana, never Tiana.
Yeah,
But
but
like
they did
Shion's
allow
a free
Shion.
one,
Yeah,
so like Shion's pretty bad. But
yeah. The thing is, like the thing with him is that he does like spare the enemy, which in most cases is probably not a good idea because especially if you're fighting against a strong enemy. Like honestly, I don't think we ever have a character that does like spare the enemy kind of thing on them.
yeah, it's an interesting mechanic, but ultimately
It's not suited for PvP.
yeah, like I'll see if it plays out being legal in waifu wars, but like
Yeah. And the AoE gone off and wow, this do you find it interesting that Isabis demon icon looks like that? Yeah. Anyways, two units in the Q's team is are now demons.
he got the control on the Andy. I still don't know about this.
Yeah,
Like,
it's. I think it'll
I
just do
don't
like a
know.
normal
It's
attack.
just like it just seems strange that you would do
Yeah.
that at this stage. Well, I guess the Andy will just normal attack into the Apo and that will hurt. But like, I still don't quite understand what the idea was here.
Yeah, and I think the control is random, right? For Gotham, because I think last time I did that as well,
Yeah,
but
it is.
yeah, but I end up
It's
Lightbringer
like a
gets the thing.
50-50. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't like. That's not what I had in mind when he was making this play.
So Luke's control also works on the units that are already moved. Hmm. I think that might be possible. Okay, so
This
now
Andy's gonna
Andy's attacking.
take the second revive now too. And now you don't even have your 3C up. It just feels really bad to walk in, spend your transform in AoE, spend your revive just to retreat back to guard after, and ultimately don't do anything. This was a mistake for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, that Luke's control can sometimes be backfiring.
Because ultimately, like the consequence of this is ultimately the consequence of this tank push early in the game, because now you're forced to have the rest of your DPS stuck in the back of your map, namely Ice Abyss and Celica. Nemia was able to get in through her like extra retreat, but like even still, when your units aren't together, working together consecutively, you're not going to break these comps. They're
Yeah.
too powerful with the extra revives now. One unit can't do it alone, and you can see here this Apo, while its AOE can be impactful by himself, doesn't really do anything. You really needed the Ice Melba to follow up with another AOE just to like freeze another unit or something like that to really flip the turn or turn the tables here. But now your Apo just kind of dies, and it's just like, oh, feels bad.
Yeah. And yeah, now Jayden is really running out of time on his clock. Seems to have to make moves quickly.
Yeah, that's another thing. Clock management is just, if you know
Yeah.
you're going to be playing a long game that lasts like more than 4 or 5 turns, you can't be spending all of your backup clock in the first two.
Yeah. That
Especially
that
because as like especially because the first 2 turns are usually the most like common repeatable types of actions that like what when you're in like an end game in turn 5, that's usually when you have the most unique situation that you really need to think about. Here you're kind of now just stuck on time. You're going to be making mistakes later.
Okay, and I noticed that Apo did not get freeze there. Most likely from the immunity. Yeah, I think it might be because of one of Apo's equipment that is preventing the freeze. Yeah, and also Christian did not get frozen there.
Yeah, yeah. Now Q can just push up because this Apo is completely pretty well useless now for the next 2 turns. So now
Yeah,
you can kind of just slowly work your way up the map to a decently strong center position and just start dragging units out and killing them one by one. You'll probably grab the Apo first because it gets a revive back in 2 turns, but like bit by bit, you'll slowly just start killing these units and they'll all die. You should be able to take this from here, but we'll see if Jayden can turn it around. This looks pretty bad though.
yeah, the AoE can hit pretty hard. And this Ice Abyss, all the skills are on cooldown. But I kind of feeling this Apo is gonna die no matter what
Yeah.
because
Also, this is another backside of not having aim here. You just don't have the reach. Like if you have aim instead of wave ride here and you're actually able to get across the map and threaten these units, it makes it harder for him to push his tank up. He was able to leave 3 of his DPS unguarded because he knows, well, A, you can't kill the Andy on tree, but the other 2 just you can't reach.
yeah.
And I don't know, just makes me question the skill choice at the beginning.
Okay, got the equivalent exchange skill for Selka. Rainbow Sparkles, clear out the demon attribute on her. And then kills
Yep.
Lemia for
And
sure.
note this Andy will ignore guard now. So this is free real estate right now when these units is dying. And then the Sheen will come in. I don't know if up to check if Actigan's up.
The act again is still on cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, Actigan waits till next turn, but still it's looking pretty bad.
Yeah. However, although Jayden still have the Ice Abyss, but I don't know if that'll
Yep.
be enough.
It won't be, especially when
Yeah.
there's one on the other side of the field. Yeah, Jayden basically giving up his Nemia here. Just because you can't afford to lose your APO. You might take the APO anyways, too, which is the...
Let's see, is this person gonna shoot out that Frost Dragon Breath or... Yep, it's just going to do that. And they all got afflicted with
If I were Jayden, I would just, unless you're trying to dig for specific pieces of information, I would just toss it here. No sense in watching your units get beat up and get demotivated now.
Okay, putting the revive on Andy. I think that was on Ice Abyss, but now it got changed to Andy.
Yeah, like, this game was winnable for Jayden, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it right now, but, like, it was winnable. I truly think this was just a incorrect approach to how to win the match. When you push your tank up that aggressively, you need to be able to bring the rest of the team with you, or else this happens, your units get picked off one by one. It just kind of feels bad.
Equivalent exchange. Okay, double equivalent exchange. Interesting. And then Selka got what skill was that? Let me take a look. Got the normal crystal heal. Yeah, so Selka essentially becomes like a mini Rosensteel. Like minus the part where she applies the crystal barriers. That does not go to
Yeah,
her.
this is like the last ditch effort here is pray for some amazing debuffs from this ice meld as AoEs here. But like if you were able to do this in tandem with Apo's AoE earlier in the match, you can win that game. Like between like the big damage from Nemesis AoE and these debuffs and disruptions, like it's really like this was very winnable still, but now
Yeah.
it just feels like we're kind of last ditch attempting it here.
Yeah, Q got the first game, so now the game is gonna continue to game 2. And once again Q gets to go first.
Why would you go second on this map?
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
It makes that actually makes no sense to me. The Lostums are coming in, so expect a Lostum switch on both sides.
yeah.
This map is just so dominant for him.
Yeah, and also like with his new casting, it kind of makes him somewhat usable. Yeah, it's kind of weird that sometimes players will go second rather than going first, despite they have an option to choose to go first. Yeah, and also I remember a time when I was like co-streaming with Cecil, one the opponent, even though he had the upper hand for whatever reason, and then he chose to forfeit there, which is kind of odd to me. Okay, the box is gonna be finished changing in about 30 seconds. Let's see if Lawson's gonna appear here, replacing one of their units. And it looks like Jayden is doing that, doing just that. Meanwhile, Q is having a different plan. Lemia got removed for Jace, while for Jayden, he removed Godham and Lemia for Lostum and Liana. So this is no longer a mirror match. I wonder. Anyway, so that you're still here, right?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sometimes I forget to push to talk.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyways, Isobis got first pick again, and it looks like both sides got their Bright Summer ban again. Anyways, I don't know if Q's got lost him in the backup box, but it doesn't seem that he chose to bring him out in this game. Anyways, I'm just guessing that he might have a different plan. Okay, so it seems like Jayden decided not Q to have Celica. Okay, Ymir and Christian banned. Ishin deployed.
I personally think Jaden's both this game and last game has had very passive pick ban approaches. I don't think it's going to work. These Celica first picks just feel weak, especially given the powerful DPS that are available here, and like given that you're P2 on a very dangerous map. I'm just not a fan, and he chose to go second here as well.
Okay, Jace and Christian banned. I'll probably say this is a good choice because Jace could be crazy on this map because he can jump like mostly in the middle.
Yeah, Chase is must ban, but now you're opening yourself up to AO here. You most definitely take the AO, definitely the best unit out of the ones available for Q. It's very scary for Jaden to deal with an AO box here. Like like it's gonna be really bad. This Leanna will get banned, and like these debuffs are gonna be crippling.
Yeah.
And Q also knows this Ice Melda isn't Butterfly due to last game. Like it seems to me clear as day that you pick AO, ban Leanna, probably lost them.
And he chose to ban AO and Ishin. Questionable picks on the Ishin
Actually,
though.
no, Ishin makes sense. I take that
Oh,
back.
makes
I
sense.
forgot Shield's still up.
And AO gets secured, as we have expected.
But yeah, the AO pick is a no brainer.
Yeah, it was hoping to slow them down.
Because yeah, now what feels bad is like you kind of feel forced to pick Leanna here. Because Celica just doesn't do enough to dispel all of these debuffs. Just because her heal isn't always consistently up.
Yeah. Okay, Dangelmo and Isolde are banned. and then Lightbringer deployed. That's pretty much like a, I'll probably say like a bold move or whatever of not picking Liana.
Because yeah, now what do you do against you ban Leanna, you ban Lost? I mean, he picks Aurelia, right? And
Yeah.
this team's just gonna get blown up.
Okay, and also for the next ban for Q, he still did not ban Liana. So Jayden will have another opportunity to pick Liana maybe.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Lightbringer and Varelia banned. Okay, won't be seeing them there. And then lost them deployed.
Yeah, Lawson makes sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of revive units here, but like at the very least, at least he can like hidden retreat. So it gives you some zoning.
Yeah. Like I remember back in the day when Lost Them was released in global, a lot of people are running him like crazy, and Liana finally got banned there. Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, there's no way you let Leanna go last.
Yeah.
The act again as P2 is too powerful to ignore. And like
And thank Elmo.
I don't like this pick ban for Jayden. I'm just not. I'm worried. Worried this is gonna end pretty quick.
Yeah, there are actually some flaws with the pick and ban. And this has windy outpost. There's like force in the middle.
Because yeah, like you only have one healer, and you got like three things that you want to react with a heal to, like the APO AOE, the AO AOE that will come, and the Ice Melba. All three things are like, oh, I need a healing action after this, and you do not have one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fortunately for Jayden, Q only has like one source of healing, which is Ishin.
Technically, the Andy can heal a bit too.
Yeah, but that's only
Uh,
for himself, I think.
and his bonded ally.
Yeah.
Just like a little 20% heal. But yeah, like no healers, no tanks on Q side of the box.
Yeah, I don't
Something
think.
more along the lines of
Yeah,
what I
I
would
don't think
play.
the Andy's exclusive got announced for CN yet. But the one that got it was Tyrantel.
Yeah,
Kind of
Tyrant got one.
interesting. Yeah, kind of interesting that they go for Tyrantel first. I
Probably
kind of
because
feeling that.
Andy's
Yeah,
already overpowered,
yeah,
and they don't want to give him another buff.
that'll be too crazy. And I think Tyrantel's exclusive is actually improves his like seal of supremacy. Like so basically when under certain conditions he will be able to choose two to get sealed instead of just one. And this Lostum is, let's see, what kind of skin this? Oh, this is the skin with the Doberman. Okay, chained right off the bat.
But yeah, see how crippling that is? Like you curse into leg break,
Yeah.
and now you have like one movement from five, and it's like, oh,
So wait a second. So the debuff applied to them was from the Night Bloom, or wait a minute.
it it's from the new staff that AO carries now.
Oh, the new
The one
staff.
in the
Okay.
forge.
Okay.
It's the weapon in the forge. Basically, whenever you apply anything to an enemy, it could be an AO curse, it could be like black hole, it can be a single target attack. You get 100% chance at a debuff, and the debuff pool is the exact same as black hole. So you can land silence, leg break, heal block, damage down, all the nasty ones.
Yeah. Based on some of it, it sounds pretty nasty.
So yeah, like AO can just like outright win games now with like a clutch cross map curse silence. And then your unit can't move and can't use skills. And it's like, oh, I just lose now.
Yeah, I don't know if Zeon never thought of this possibility. I don't know. Or he just did it on purpose.
Like honestly, to be fair, debuff needed a good weapon because debuff has sucked ever since Rosen came out. So like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with the weapon. I think the weapon's good for the game. Because yeah, it makes a whole branch of playstyle actually remotely playable again.
Mm-hmm.
AoE should be pretty good in the coming seasons with the new staff, and then there's some new troops coming along too that are pretty good. Wedham will make a comeback.
Wait them. Oh yeah, isn't his casting like coming soon? Like yeah, I think it is. Yep, and also alongside it was Elwin, Takoto, and also Lisa. And then the new exclusive for that update is Goon, where he can go crazy with his talent.
Well, it looks like Lawson just needs to carry this game for Jayden. Like you can get a successful kill here with like a lost them in with the you'll have to like set up the portal then lost them back into the portal for like 100% safe retreat. Like it's very possible to do that. I just don't know if it's enough. Just because there's so many threats.
I wonder how far can he move while being chained. I don't think he'll be able to move that far.
It's 2 before his hook, 2 after his hook. So basically his range doesn't change much on this map. The concern here is that with no attack buff, he's going to have a very hard time killing a good chunk of these units. Like, there's no chance the Andy dies. Apo might live. Ice Melda should die, but we'll see.
Yeah. And the one thing he doesn't have to worry about is Q doesn't have any tanks, so all the damage he does will go directly to the target.
Also, I don't think you can be spending this much time so early in the match. You already lost a third of your backup time. It's the third action of the game. Also, with the pick ban how it is, you should know going in that your game plan is lost them, kill any portal back, because that's like the only thing you can do. So like you should have those moves pretty well pre-planned. You should just be reacting to the positioning of your opponent to like slightly modify that.
Yeah. Okay, Isabis is going to fly backwards there. Putting tiles. Wow, I think the RNG is really on Q's side in this one.
Those tiles are nice. But yeah, the main idea is to get the new skill, the second skill out because it's much more powerful. But
and also, I think it's less risky too. And also, during my time of like in Time Rift, I did use Isabis a lot, and the reason why I do that is because she is pretty strong in Time Rift.
yeah, I think you have to go and kill Apo here. I don't think you have any other choice.
Yeah, Apo needs to go. But that also risk lost him to be like maybe frozen if he travel on the ice.
Yeah, I don't think you need to because you can just walk 2 blocks to the left.
Going to put Act again on Ice Abyss.
Yeah, this is scary.
Yep, and and also if he can withstand this,
Now
he can.
Lawsome has to go in. Like, you have to try
Yeah.
something here. I guess you go for the ice.
Now, yeah, Jayden will have to think of it soon. And it seems like the timer already went to halfway gone. And Loston decided to stand there and got himself
Why?
freeze. That was really
Like,
weird.
very passive. This is very passive.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of missed this opportunity there.
Like, the question is, like, what could you possibly be scared of? Like, do you think you don't kill? That's the only thing I can think of is, like, you have to think that you whiff if you're going to stand there.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have the portals set up. And you have the ice melter to drag back if you need. I don't know. Just kind of feels bad. This ice melter is going to freeze Annie and probably freeze Lostum as well. This is going to probably get ugly. The Apo is going to be ready. This feels very unwinnable now. You needed to like try this something to disrupt this combo that's gonna hit you in the face.
Oh.
Because now there's nothing that stops 2 consecutive like face whacks. Like you could, I guess you could sack your ice mill to try to kill this Apo, but like you're probably actually gonna whiff, which is the funny part. Yeah, this just looks really bad. I I wouldn't know what to do as in Jane's position here. It just feels really hard to play from.
So this Ice Abyss is still chained for 2 turns. And yeah, that range she couldn't grapple into Apo at all.
Yeah, she would have to take the portal, and that means you also can't break last rites, which is
Yeah.
why, ugh, it just like that. There's never a world where that kills. It's just impossible. This is why the Lawsome needed to go in. Like you need something. Like you probably kill. Like you have archer troops. You gotta think you kill the ice.
Yeah. Oh, it chose to be passive again.
Yeah, once again, very very passive. You're kind of just fishing for good ice tiles here. Kind of just feels bad.
Yep. Now Ice Abyss is now gonna cause some chaos now. Pulling Annie out of there. Or I should say a Dank Elmo. Let's see. Yep, she's not gonna survive that.
There you go, free kill. Okay. Like Lossom could save that if it tries. Like if you kill the ice, which was possible.
Yeah, he could just like he can just like teleport away after attacking. And I wonder is Jayden gonna go for it though? I mean, he has to attack now.
This just looks unwinnable at this point.
Yeah.
Honestly, it really does.
Yeah, he either has to attack now or he would just have to be having another
because
loss.
of how you place the anti portals. Like these anti portals aren't very well placed either, because you didn't put your tank in the retreat portal range. So like even the portals don't make much sense.
Yeah.
I've played Jayden a lot. I've seen Jayden play a lot. This is very unlike him.
Yeah.
Usually he's a lot more solid and consistent than this. I'm pretty surprised.
Okay, he's gonna grapple away as far as possible, but I don't think that'll be enough to save him. Because Apo is still gonna reach Lostom, I think. Yeah, he can still reach him. Because this portal doesn't stop the flyers.
That it does not. Yeah, this is bad.
Yep, Apo's going for it. Yep, it doesn't seem to be winnable now. Yeah, I kind of feel Jayden might be nervous. I think that's what I'm thinking in my mind. And mistakes are bound to happen.
Like, yeah, but like he's also already won before. So like it's not like it's his first time here. And that like he's been this is his third finals, I think. Like he's been around. He's won it before. He knows what you need to do.
Yeah, I believe he was a champion once at least.
Yeah, he was a champion once, 2 seasons ago. Or 3 now? I don't know.
Yeah, I might check the Apex of Glory and see where he's at. Okay, and right now it looks like Ice Abyss is trying to freeze Apo. Wait, is this Ice Abyss using Judge Talisman? Yep, took out the revive, and oh wow, the freeze is not gonna apply.
Ice cannot use Judge Talisman. It's an attack accessory.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was wondering because I noticed the Ice Abyss did bonus damage against Holly for some reason. Like the number appear as like red. And Apo did fall there. So that gives Andy a fuel to attack. But he chose to not do that this turn. I think Q is just going to take it slow.
Yeah, you just kind of. You could even wait out the portals if you really want to. Like this, just feels bad because this game ends the instant the next round of curses comes up. It's gonna be like swap, curse, black hole, another like 8 million debuffs.
Yeah.
So you just kind of wait for that to come back. You don't really want to go in and like get everyone frozen for no reason. So just chill, stay back. He can't come to you, so you just kind of sit back and relax.
Yeah.
He can only come to you if you throw. So like you just gotta be careful. Eventually the Andy will kill ice. Eventually the AO will debuff this team to heck him back. Then you just win the game from there.
Anyways, I noticed that AO's Echo Light is like has a butterfly on her face. A glowing butterfly.
It's a shame too. I'm losing 1.5 million gold. I bet it all on Jayden.
Yeah. Yeah, betting can be a risk factor. Like if you don't get like the person that's winning, then yeah, that all that's gone. And also during the community poll, I did put like the post saying who's gonna win, and like I think like more people just like voted for Q to win. Like as a prediction, of course.
But yeah, this just feels bad. Yeah, you just run back with AO. There's no hurry. You just wait. All your skills will be up. The portals aren't really a factor right now. You just got to keep yourself safe from one big ice AoE crippling you because you don't have any real support. That's the threat here. But once you get around that, you have the unit advantage. Should be able to close out pretty smoothly.
Oh, here goes that grapple again. Yeah, and also Jayden's timer is like dangerously low.
Oh, and he threw the positioning again. He messed up the positioning. He didn't count the act again yank. So now Ice Melba just loses a life for free now.
Yeah, and yep, Jayden had no choice but to forfeit there. There's no winning chance.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, no chance at all.
Yeah.
Like that's.
And Q is officially the champion of the season.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
I wonder how many times in a row
big
has
reps to
Q got the win.
He definitely earned it here.
Yeah.
He played a couple really good opponents, and he made this one look easy. Honestly,
Yeah, Apex of Glory. No otherwise
Jayden's not
is
an easy opponent.
yeah.
Made this one look easy though.
Yeah, and based on the amount that he did in the past, he won a champion as a champion like 3 times already. This is the third time. Or what? Actually, no. This is the fourth time. I mean, like, I remember that one time like Q got the champion on the starting from season 13, and then continuing doing so on season 14 and then 15, and
Yeah,
then
he went
now
on a
this
hot
season.
streak.
Yeah, no idea why it shows second place even though he's the victory on the season 18.
Yeah, like this is
I
Q's
don't know.
probably the best player in global right now. Just like overall, like of course winning the season championships helps a lot, but like Q's been just consistently here every season. So congrats
Yep.
to Q, you win again.
Yep. And then for Jayden, let's see what kind of standing he's on. So he's begun Apex journey at season 8. And then starting in season 10, that's when he became top 512, and then top 32 on season 11, and then season 12 top 128, season 13 is top 8, season 14 top 4, and then season 15 is in second place, and season 16 he got the champion, and that's when he changed his name from Jane Nelson to 7HVEN Jayden, I believe. He used to be called Jayden Nelson in the game before he got changed to 7HVEN Jayden.
Yeah, like he was always part of the guild, but after he won, he changed his name to show their tag.
Yeah. And then season
But
17, yeah.
Wasn't the best we've seen Jayden play, but I know he'll be back.
Yeah,
He'll probably make finals
yeah.
again next season or something. He bounces
Yeah.
back.
This season I guess it's not really his best performance this time.
Well, he got here. Like he was playing well up until today. Like I don't know. Sometimes you just don't play your best. And usually it's only 2 or 3 just bad decisions throughout the course of the game that just come to bite you.
Yeah, I remember one time I noticed that All Run did win a couple of Apex back then, but now he's nowhere near the top 16.
Yeah, Autorun's case is a bit different too.
Yeah.
He won a lot early, but I'm not sure if it's the same person using that account as the one that won. I'm not 100% sure on that though. I would actually have to go in and check.
Yeah. And also since Q won that one, I actually did put my bets on him. Like at least 2
congrats on the
tickets,
goal.
yeah. Yeah, I got 500-ish thousand gold from the winning. Which is a lot of gold. And screenshot this for time being. So I think that's a wrap for the stream because this is the one and only match because it's the finals. So anyways, I'm gonna sign off this one now. And also right now the game's saying it's currently off season, which makes sense because we just finished the season. So anyways, I'm going to finish stream that out and hope y'all have a good day. And